It's time for another Nebraska Prep Zone report. We are sponsored by MD West One, Nebraska's most advanced sports medicine, orthopedics, neurosurgery, and spine care, covering Greater Omaha for over 70 years. I'm your host, Jake Anderson, and I'm joined today by Mike Patterson, fresh from an early morning baseball game.
That's right. The 10 a.m. special on Thursday, the first of four games at the Don Kraft Millard South Invitational, Jake. That's always a really good late season tournament. And Lincoln East defeated Omaha Creighton Prep 2-0 in that first game. They only allowed one hit. So nice win for the Spartans, who will stay in the winners bracket.
And that's a nice little teaser to the second part of our news from today. But first, there was a nice NSAA news drop yesterday that the 2022, not too early at all, state basketball tournament will be held over 1 week. So we go from 10 days of state basketball to our normal 6 days, but it's Monday through Saturday.
Right. That was interesting. And, the NSAA really had to think that one out, Jake, because they're scheduling around the Big Ten wrestling tournament, which is going to be on that one weekend when the girls' tournament would have been held. So I thought maybe they could somehow move up the girls' tournament. I think they kind of voted that one down, and the best solution they came up with, and I think there's still some moving parts to it, is to have both the boys and the girls' tournament in the same week. So, the Devaney Center is going to be a busy place, and Pinnacle Bank Arena is going to be a busy place. And I don't think we know exactly what the schedules are going to be, if the girls' finals are Friday, the boys' finals are Saturday, or what. They're still going to work those out. But yes, it was an interesting, creative, and hopefully a successful solution by the NSAA.
And what'll be good about this, 2 days of finals, Friday, Saturday, all of them will be televised by NET. They were able to get that worked out. All of them will be played at Pinnacle Bank Arena. And as you noted, it remains to be seen what the bracket will look like, what the schedule will look like. But as we saw this year, there is a benefit to off days during the tournament. If they're able to build it in, that there's a natural off day, boys first round, 1 day, off day for them, girls first round the next day, and each team kind of gets a built-in off day as they advance, could be beneficial for them.
Right. This year it was all about the COVID and trying to work around that. Next year it's going to be working around that wrestling tournament. So, and who knows what the pandemic will look like 1 year from now. But like you said, it was interesting this year. Some coaches liked it, some coaches didn't, where they weren't playing 3 straight games, where they had maybe a couple of days off in between and they could practice. So depends on what coach you talk to. But, as we said earlier, Jake, I think it's a creative solution by the NSAA, and hopefully it'll work out well next season.
And I'm sure that you're very happy to be spending 6 straight days at Pinnacle Bank Arena, or however we work that out for you. But I'm interested to see how they put it together. As you said, a unique solution by the NSAA kind of was the theme of 2021, 2020, putting together something against that doesn't make everyone happy, but it allows us to have these events,
right.
making the best.
I think it's a bottom line, Jake, just get them played. So it was different this year. It's going to be different next year, but for the most part, the coaches and the players are like, just tell us where to be and we're going to play. So hopefully they can maintain that positive attitude next year at the end of the basketball season.
And while we're maintaining positive attitude, how would it be if they did a nice Class A boys and girls state championship doubleheader in primetime Saturday?
That would be interesting, and really, a step forward for the girls basketball state tournament to have that on that last day. Whether that happens or not, we shall see. But man, it's going to be hard to outdo that state tournament that we had this year, Jake. I still have memories of that great Class A final preceded by the great Class A semifinal. I'm talking boys there. And the girls, there were some great games too. So I think the boys and girls really set the bar high this year. So that's another one to watch next season.
Definitely. And before we get to our other state tournament news, I want to take a moment here for a message from our sponsor, MD West One.
As the official team doctors for high school and college teams across Greater Omaha, MD West One Sports Med doctors can get you back into the game stronger than ever. Meet the Sports Med team at mdwest1.com or call 402-390-4111.
And Mike, we had the state baseball tournament released yesterday. So now we know our schedules for the spring sports bonanza, for lack of a better way to put it. That's going to be that week of May 17th, where we'll have baseball, soccer, and track and field all going on. But Class A will be in Lincoln this year, first round at Den Hartog, and Class B all at Werner Park, with the later round games for Class A at Haymarket.
Right. Like you said, that's going to be an incredibly busy week, state tournament wise, Jake. We might need to hire about 6 more people. We can survive that one, but I'm sure we'll make it through. But as you said, Class A schedule, it's different this year because of Nebraska is going to be playing at home on that opening weekend. So that takes Haymarket out of the mix for the Class A tournament on that first Saturday. So they will be playing 2 games at Sherman Field and 2 games at Den Hartog. Those games will start at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Talked to a few coaches since that schedule came out. They're disappointed they can't start at Haymarket, but that's the way it is. And second, I think they probably would prefer having all 4 games at one site, but there's COVID regulations again, and they're doing the best they can, just trying to get it scheduled. Den Hartog does have artificial turf, so if rain is a factor down there, I could see all the games moving possibly to Den Hartog because Sherman is a grass field. So we'll see. That might still get tweaked a little bit, but it's good to just see that schedule. And Class B is going to be Werner Park all the way through, so that's good. And back to Class A, it's going to be Haymarket every day after that first day. So if the weather cooperates, knock on wood, we'll get that tournament played.
And they were able to keep the traditional state baseball schedule Saturday to Thursday. There's no extra days built in. It's not a 10-day tournament, super stretched out. But there's the kind of natural off days, the benefits of being in the winner's bracket.
Right. Like you said, aside from that little tweak on that opening day down in Lincoln, it's pretty much the same. They'll be playing Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then on Thursday is always in that if needed because of the double elimination tournament as it is. So that always makes it kind of interesting. So you're never sure if it's the championship game. It might be or it might not be. But I know the players and coaches always look forward to playing at those facilities, especially at Werner Park and at Haymarket. That's something really special for them. But I've got to give a shout out to the people that I know who work on the field at Sherman. They work really hard to make that a special place too, as an alternate site. And I'm sure that goes on at Den Hartog too. So looking forward to that. And just it's going to be on us in just a couple of weeks, Jake.
And that'll be nice for people who just get to enjoy it and not attend every single game. That'll be that week of Monday state soccer semifinals and baseball, and then starting up Wednesday when you have track and baseball and soccer all on one day. It's going to be a fun week.
Yep. Because of COVID and just other complications, it's all kind of happening at the same time this year. So again, it's just great that they're getting them scheduled, they're getting them played. We knock on wood again, making it through another a spring season after losing last spring. So I think the coaches are just thankful that we're playing, because it's really been odd this year in baseball, Jake. There's been so many new players and non-varsity players because we didn't have the season last year. So just a whole lot of new names, and I think that's led to a lot of the parity that we're seeing this year, especially in Class A. We've talked about it before, but I'm really buying into the fact, like a lot of the coaches have saying, that really probably a dozen teams and maybe even a little more than that have a shot to get to the state tournament this year.
Now we just have to hope for good weather for districts for soccer and baseball, and good weather for track, baseball, and soccer state tournaments.
Well, I'm sure during that window, it's just going to be 80 degrees and sunny every day. So I'm just keeping it positive here.
Well, I will hope for 80 degrees and sunny every single day in May. Until next time, thanks for joining us, PAT, and thanks for listening.